Newdul gonna be in the orange. Kedsypoo in the blue. So our first matchup of the night. And my birthday is in May. So we've already passed it. It was actually right around then that I hit my 1 year back to streaming on my personal channel. Kedsypoo. Flip reset shot and Newdul. Just trying to get back over to it. Kedsypoo is trying to control the boost. Push this one down to corner as Kedsypoo up and over. Newdul trying to get back. Kedsypoo just going to put on the brakes. Fake challenge. Long flick out and in as Kedsypoo. Maybe a little mind games from the midfield. Hits a banger of a flick from midfield at 1-0 with just 30 seconds gone. Kedsypoo. A nice face-off. As they're going to look short side and Newdul, a huge save. Newdul. Out through mid, not much boost. Just going to look for a 50. Kedsypoo. Gets a touch over. Newdul is going to push it back as he'll just try and grab some small pads on the way out. Kedsypoo turns and shoots, and what a save as Newdul gets a nice touch along that line. Newdul. Good control for the air dribble. Gets the reset. Tries to cut it under, but Kedsypoo standing strong on that short side. Newdul is going to grab up all this boost alongside Kedsypoo. Good boost management there. Not trying to go after that ball too terribly hard as Newdul. Good control. Tries for the 45, but no traction there. And Kedsypoo is going to go for the air dribble now. Up through that midfield line. Gets the reset. Just going to drag it down. Newdul. Shattered defense on the wall. Lets it drop. Long flick out. He's going to chip and chase. Kedsypoo has to push that one to corner. And does. As Ken, welcome in. Ken, a 10-month follower of the stream. One of my very original duo casting partners for all of 30 seconds. So he has that very prestigious honor. Newdul, good control. There's the 45, but it's off the backboard and out. As Kedsypoo gets the demo. Look out, needs to spawn in time, but Newdul not enough. As Kedsypoo just drags it downfield in a 2-0 lead. Here with just under 3 to play. Kedsypoo very stingy about when to challenge as Newdul walking away with this. And Colton, the man, the myth, the legend himself from that original Virtue Esports team along with Eric and Rattlesnake. Newdul, good touch over, has an open net, and he's going to be able to put himself within one. Linko, this is tier 2. So if you do exclamation point tiers in chat, I believe it is GC2 and GC1. And Colton, a 3-month follower, but has been following for a longer time in my heart, as I got to cast all of that Division 6 Tier 2 from last season. Kedsypoo, good challenge through mid. Couldn't cut behind it. It'll just take the boost on the far side instead. Kedsypoo. Good reset touch, still back down in front, but now a chance here is Newdul. Long, booming, clear, and this will put himself on that tying mark in Newdul. Great patience right on the line as Kedsypoo not able to get under that ball. Had boosted a little too far forward with that reset. So 2-2. The score as Kedsypoo, a face-off coming back the other way. Newdul with a chance out in front, but nobody followed as Kedsypoo. The 50 will go back to that far side. Kedsypoo. Long shot, Newdul. Able to push it to the opposite end. Newdul. A far side shot that Kedsypoo just going to be able to trap. Maintains control. Look out for the flick here. Kedsypoo, 45 long side. And Newdul just barely able to get a touch on it as he'll try and force his way through mid. Kedsypoo up along the wall. Yeah, Streamlabs bot sometimes borks out, so you have to repeat their request a few times. Newdul. Kedsypoo. Another 50. This one is going to stay right on that midfield line. Kedsypoo. Going to go for the air dribble, just a little outside. Trying to cut it back in, and Newdul. A good clear. He's off to the races. Open net opportunity for a second as Newdul goes up the wall. Sharp angle shot that might sneak on, and Kedsypoo able to get the save, but Newdul, great rebound. But what original shot there from Newdul. The sharp angle from the sidewall puts it on. Very hard save for Kedsypoo to get to. And the immediate follow-up. Able to get the goal. Calling a real one out here. Playing CS. Absolutely fragging out. And still has me on in the background. Shot on as Kedsypoo trying to sneak it behind Newdul. Kedsypoo keeps it away. Adam, welcome in. As Kedsypoo down the line. Newdul able to get the deflection over. Newdul, one goal up. Kedsypoo trying to get back downfield. 6 seconds left. Newdul stops it on the line. Kedsypoo. Newdul looking for a dagger at the end, and Newdul just going to let it drop. And Kedsypoo now down one game. Newdul doing a good job coming back in that game as Kedsypoo had a lot of control early on. Newdul slowed it down just a little bit, made sure to get some good touches, but that insane angle shot, the difference maker here in game one. And Kedsypoo, thank you for the follow. As the legend throws me a follow, able to play and come to the stream. As we get into game two. Kedsypoo and Newdul both taking a lot of controlled touches, not trying to do anything terribly fancy with air dribbles, just making sure to get good shots on, good follow-ups, and trying to maintain control of the boost. As airless, I still think you can do stuff like this. I think Love and Hyper are two of the commands that are still in here. Kedsypoo waits on this one as Newdul. A full complement of boost. Kedsypoo. A big 50 from Newdul. Shot on, but just off the post as Kedsypoo going to go the distance and get an open net goal. Kedsypoo. A good first touch out. I could try and add it in between the break. Airless. Kedsypoo. They're going to come back down. Kedsypoo trying to push it to that far side and just wide. As Newdul, I take a long shot that's going to sneak in. So a little tit for tat here as both these goals coming courtesy of a long defensive clear from both players. So 1-1. All tied up as Newdul gets a good face-off. Kedsypoo all the way back for an air dribble, but this one going to drop down in front. Newdul, a perfect read and a perfect challenge as this one just going to go the distance. And Newdul, a 2-1 lead challenge right as that ball landed before the pop-up. And not much Kedsypoo can do with that, as the spacing just favored Newdul just a little much there. As Kedsypoo going to rush in on this one. Plenty of boost, cuts in, long flick, and Newdul able to find the save as he had to get up for that one quick. Newdul, long clear out. Kedsypoo fake the initial challenge to come back in. Kedsypoo, one-on-one. Newdul, big save. Out to mid. He's going to try and cut it back and does. And he will get another transition goal. Defense to offense, and Newdul, his engine's starting to get fired up here in game two. Kedsypoo Good face-off will grab the boost as well. Newdul gonna have to try and hold this one up for a second. As Kedsypoo around him forces the 50, but still to the far side to Newdul. Fakes the initial jump up. Newdul go for an air dribble over top. Kedsypoo, excellent block on the line. Gets the bump from behind as Newdul tried for a demo play. Sent Kedsypoo into that ball. Kedsypoo shot to the far side. Newdul able to turn it all the way back up to mid. Kedsypoo foot race out in front. And Newdul, again, a transition goal from the block on the goal line. So Newdul staying calm and collected in his own end. Kedsypoo has been trying to dribble it in, has had a lot of luck trying to flick it from that midfield line, but has not had much success around the corners as I say that. Kedsypoo cutting back inside, taking that floater of a shot as Newdul faked the initial challenge, came back in, but it was just a little too close to his net. And Kedsypoo now within 2 goals, 3 minutes, plenty of time. As the saying goes in 1v1s, no lead is safe. Newdul, shot on that. Kedsypoo sends the length of the field. Newdul misses that one now. Look out, Kedsypoo forces the 50, and Newdul, a great challenge. Make sure that touch did not get over the top of his net. Kedsypoo takes the initial shot. Newdul takes it down, looks for the flick, but that one just a little weak to the far side. All right, have a good night, Ken. Thank you for dropping by. As Newdul, long shot, can he sneak it in? He can. As, again, Newdul, these midfield challenges have been extremely good for him. With this transition defense, comes back, getting at least 3 of these open net goals. As Kedsypoo just not being able to stay on the angle. Kedsypoo looking to go the other way. This one going to drop down. Newdul just going to flash back for boost. Kedsypoo, 45-degree flicking in. As Newdul given a little too much space there. Got greedy for that boost pad. And before he could turn around, the immediate flick on with some spice to it. It's okay, Ken. Well, I hope you have a good night regardless, as I will still be streaming right around 9 o'clock Eastern. Kedsypoo, quick boost turn in. Shot on the Newdul. He's going to turn aside to that sidewall. Kedsypoo, back down the 50. Comes to the far side. Newdul, shot on the Kedsypoo. He's going to send the other way. Kedsy, shot on it in, as that placement couldn't be any better. Caught Newdul in a very awkward spot. That same rotation for that big boost pad. And he's just a second late to the challenge, and Kedsypoo, credit where credit is due, has gotten 2 goals off that field awareness. So, within 1, Kedsypoo gonna try and take another Newdul this time round. Said, fool me once, shame on you. Newdul gonna let it drop. Kedsypoo, nice challenge. We're gonna get this one back inside, down in front, and Kedsypoo still with some control, but Newdul now with the boost, and now he's gonna be able to take this one out. Kedsypoo, an immediate turn for a shot. And Kedsypoo not shying away from the net. Still full boost. Another shot on Newdul. Huge save. And Kedsy up that sidewall, but Newdul is the one to send it out. Chance to put the dagger in. And Newdul now a 2-goal cushion with a minute left. And it might all come down to this face-off. That Kedsypoo able to win. Gonna be able to grab the boost as well. Newdul grabs that big pad. Kedsypoo fakes the initial shot, cut back inside, and Kedsypoo again within 1. Kedsypoo again, nice little neat fake. The boost turned back into the ball, and it doesn't get any cleaner than that. No pressure felt here on the side of Kedsypoo. Ice in the veins. Kedsypoo, immediate face-off, winning in, and ties it up. 41 seconds left, and just a short time ago, 11 seconds. Newdul had that 2-goal cushion erased immediately from the excellent face-off positioning by Kedsypoo. Kedsypoo. He's gonna wait on this. Touch over top. Gonna get the go-ahead goal. And these face-offs from Kedsypoo has really led to the downfall of Newdul here in the last minute. 3 face-off wins, 3 face-off goals. And Kedsypoo now in a position to tie this series up at 1. Newdul can't get the shot away as Kedsypoo sends it the length of the field. Newdul still with a chance on the line, but no. And now Kedsypoo, the one with the 2-goal cushion, so coming all the way back. A 4-goal swing. Kedsypoo fakes the initial kickoff, gets the block instead as Newdul trying to rush this one down. Needs to play aggressive now with 15 seconds left. Newdul waits the touch, but Kedsypoo an air dribble in midfield, and that one going to sew it up, barring any crazy miracle face-offs. Kedsypoo bump from behind. Newdul able to take a touch, and Kedsypoo another big block. And an open net goal for good measure to end this one. Kedsypoo just padding the stats as he is able to get 10 goals on the boards, hits that double digits. So we go to game 3. We're all tied up at 1 in this best of 5. I go reload my game. Okay. Just ice in his veins. Exactly, Linko. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had it up on the second monitor. I just felt like I should at least let you know. No problem, Newdul. It happens, man. Believe me, I've seen my share of disconnects. People with like 900 ping just teleporting all over the place. If there's anything that I haven't seen in IGL, it would be a miracle, as I've had everything from game delays to people trying to book like 3 of their week 1, week 2, week 3 matchups in 1 week. I've seen it all. Linko, why you gotta bully the man so much? We like positivity in the chat, okay? That's what we're all about. We're not looking to knock people down. We're looking to build them up. But that has been my philosophy for the longest time in Rocket League and within life. Newdul talks to everyone. Newdul's so nice to me. Newdul has been nothing but love. Yeah, Kedsypoo, you had 3 extremely good face-offs. That's really what swung it. 3 face-off wins, 3 face-off goals. And that's what really decided game 2 there at the end. Hey, what up, Jude? All right. Jude's watching now. Linko, Noodle scares veterans in Jude's stream, okay? Jude works in a grocery store. He's the bag boy of my dreams. UPS store, same difference. He's got the package. Jude, I keep forgetting I added that emote. It's crazy every time I see it. Alright, so we're back for game 3. Kedsypoo. A miraculous comeback at the end of game 2. Newdul tries to just put a shot on Kedsypoo. Good shadow defense as we'll go the length of the field. Kedsypoo looking for a read. Newdul will have to blast it back. As this one, dangerous ball out in front of Newdul. Able to get the touch over, and Kedsypoo all the way back to his own end. Kedsy gonna drop it down in front of Newdul. Able to find the save. Kedsypoo demoed off that as Newdul looking to take a little control. Takes the initial air dribble. He'll get a long flick over. Maybe looking for a bump and gets it. Newdul, great setup play. As Newdul taking all the space in front of him. Opts to just go for this long flick shot and then chase the defender down. And these are the plays that you see a lot in 1v1s, in 2v2s. So Newdul not letting that confidence be shaken from the end of game 2. Kedsypoo. Over shot to that far side. Newdul deflects it out. Now it's just kind of a foot race. Newdul just stops to grab that mid boost. And Kedsy gets the angle. Newdul to the far side. Kedsy. Long shot in. This one just going to sneak by. And Kedsypoo getting another. So Kedsypoo, good transition there. As the original save right in front of net on Newdul. Paying dividends as it sneaks to that outside. Kedsypoo, long shot as that one off the crossbar. Gets the demo as well. Kedsy just going to snag up all this boost as Newdul spawns on that far side. Kedsy is going to wait this one. The flick not going his way. Newdul trying to get that open net goal, but Kedsy getting dunked down in front, and Newdul taking that 1-goal advantage. Kedsy tried to get back to this one in time. Newdul, good realization, able to get the dunk over top before the challenge comes through. If Newdul's nice to you, he probably hates kids. Hey man, I'm a kid at heart. I may be 32 years old now, but I'm still just as childish as I was back then. So Kedsypoo snags that mid boost again. Kedsypoo has really been making Newdul pay on the outsides of the map. Whereas we had seen in game 1, trying to take that north-south flick from midfield. As Steel Reserve, what up? Steel, one of my ranked partners recently. As Kedsypoo sends this one in. Newdul able to get the demo off as this one goes all the way the length of the field. I have an hour between games, so if that's cool, Steel, I could play with you. Kedsypoo back inside, shot far sided in as Newdul maybe waiting a little too long to challenge. This one gets across that second boost marker and into the top of the circle at the net. And as that happens, Kedsypoo a wider width of shots to choose from. So I'd like to see Newdul challenge it a little bit earlier. As he'll grab the big boost pad. Shot to the far side again, and Kedsypoo has drawn up this exact same play 3 times. And has found success with it. Shooting to the far side, forcing Newdul to go for that big boost pad. And just out of rotation enough for the placement shots from Kedsy. Finding purchase in net. Kedsy, a face-off goal again, and now a 3-goal cushion. As Kedsy has been fantastic at the line tonight. All right, steal bet. So Newdul now down 3 goals. The series still tied up at 1 apiece. Kedsy is going to retreat back. Newdul going to try for the same game plan. And Newdul, patience is as patience does. Just going to try and force a 50 with Kedsy in corner. But Kedsy has done a good job using the width of the field tonight. Long flick in, and Kedsy hits it. Short side, Kedsy. Perfect positioning, good field awareness of when Newdul was going to try and challenge that ball. And Newdul really can't fault him for that challenge, as Kedsy did have control, but Newdul had the positioning, just snuck by him just by a little bit. Kedsy, short side shot, that one not going to find it in. And Newdul trying to get back to this one. We'll play it off the wall as he'll gain control. He's going to look for a 45 of his own, and Kedsy able to turn it down to corner, but no boost for him. Kedsy through midfield, tries to fake the flick as Newdul careens over him. Kedsy, long shot to the short side. The Newdul just going to steer away from corner. Newdul trying to aggressively force the 50. Kedsy, look out, open net the other way. Looks for the air dribble on. Newdul, huge save as he bounces it off his post. And Newdul trying to mount a counterattack. A minute 25 left, still down 4 goals. And Newdul gonna need to make some magic happen here, but this long open net might seal it here for Kedsy. As Kedsy had taken advantage early on, made sure to get those open net goals in transition when he could, and another face-off gonna go the way of Kedsy. Face the initial wave dash, but that one may be a mistake as Newdul maybe gets an open net goal of his own. No! As it skirts a little wide, and Kedsy not going to go up the wall, so Newdul going to look to control. Good flick. Kedsy back down the line. The 50 still going to sneak out in front. Newdul has to get up for this one and does. As Kedsy was still looking at pressure. Newdul over top. Kedsy just stalls it in the zone as Newdul up the wall. Kedsy low and clear. Not on net as he's going to wait for the bounce. Sharp angle shot, but it still hops out as Newdul. Far side, 22 seconds left. Still down 5, and Newdul gonna get one in just to build maybe some confidence heading into game 4 as 19 seconds for 4 goals to tie this one up. A tough task. Newdul hammers that one to the net, and Kedsy able to deflect it before the crossbar hit. Newdul. Long shot, Kedsypoo. Newdul. Just going to wait it out, and Kedsypoo now with the 2-1 series advantage. And looking to close it out next game in this best of 5. "12 shots and 7 goals for the side of Kedsy. Good ratio if I've ever seen one. No Barca, sad face. So Newdul must-win game for him as Kedsy looking to get that 2-1 record here tonight as Newdul trying to stay above 500. Kedsy. Long shot in, Newdul able to turn this one back. Long clear, Newdul to the far side. He's going to try and chase this one around. Kedsy, a pinch off the side while Newdul's going to turn back into it. Barca? Gotcha. I really don't watch any kind of soccer. Kedzie. Dangerous ball up to midfield. Kedzie off that side wall. Newdul just going to loop back around. A shot. They're going to try and find the far side. Gets the bump instead, and Newdul gets the goal. And Newdul has had every opening goal in this series, I do believe. And welcome, Chris. As Kedsypoo. Try and hit this one back in. Shot on Kedsypoo, open net, and Kedsypoo continues that face-off dominance that we've seen all night long throughout this series. Kedzie, another face-off win. Going to look for a transition goal right here, and gets it again. The flick, bar down, still out in front. Chance here for Newdul at 50, but Kedsypoo gets another. Doesn't land the wave dash, but still enough time to get back to that ball. So Kedzie, Newdul gonna have to find an answer off the face-off. Whether it's a fake, whether it's a 50-50 challenge that just stalls it. He needs to find some equal footing. And finally, Newdul able to win a kickoff. Immediate transition shot. That one on the line. Kedzie can't get to it and in. As Newdul evens this score up, and now Newdul with a face-off goal of his own. Newdul doing a good job there getting that initial shot. So Kedzie. This one just going to stay on the line. Newdul is going to grab some small pads as he gets back. And good challenges here now by Newdul, as he has found more aggressive pursuits of the ball, and it pays off in a big way, as Newdul able to get that shot before Kedzie can wave dash back. Maybe just a little bit of a recovery problem, as it did not land clean. And Kedsypoo now back down a goal. Newdul, a long shot from Kedsypoo. And 3-3 the scoreline, as Newdul, the face-off, just gets enough of an angle, and Kedsypoo has proven tonight the shot placements have been on point. Kedsypoo elects to just take the fake kickoff and take the control instead. Shot far side. Newdul can't get to it. Hey, Kedsypoo. Now the one with the 1-goal lead. So 4-3. Kedsypoo. Another one. As goes for the air dribble this time around. Gets the air dribble bump, but Newdul able to stall it out on the line. What a save from Newdul to keep this within one. Kedzie. Back down the wall. North-south. Forces the 50. Little chip and chase pattern as they grab the boost as well. Kedzie gonna try and turn this one back. Newdul can't recover in time as he was in the stratosphere. Hey, Kedzie. Now the 2-goal lead. Good field awareness, good field vision there by Kedzie. Just trap that one down. Now panicking, trying to take an immediate shot. Kedzie gonna flip back for the angle. Looks for a little half-pipe save as he goes up that sidewall on the inside of the net. Newdul. Shot on Kedzie, able to get the half-pipe save as he comes off the wall instead. Had stayed in his net purposely for that, apparently, as Newdul going to take a shot that's going to bounce off the crossbar. Newdul have to play it back to his own end, and does. Boost advantage. Kedsypoo shot with the angle to the short side, and again, Kedsypoo taking as much space as Newdul is willing to give him. And with 2:16 left, Newdul needs to find some offense. Kedsypoo Starting to get a little fancy here at the end of game 4. Newdul. Long shot to that short side. Kedsy. Able to get the save. Newdul. Gonna wait on this. Newdul. Flick over and in as Newdul. A perfect shot on the line. Kedsypoo not coming out. And Newdul. Credit to him, making a good gameplay decision there. Bringing it up, getting the flick. Making it extremely hard, even if Kedsypoo did save that one. It was right on the line for an initial challenge right after Newdul. Face-off winning in as Newdul puts himself within one. So now we got a game back and forth. One's so volatile on face-offs. You can really get to an extremely high level in ones just knowing how your opponent's going to react on kickoffs, adjusting as well as you can. As most of the time you can get that transition goal going the other way. Kedsy just going to wait the hit as Newdul punches it deep. Kedsy tried for a pinch along the board, sent it back out to midfield. Now Newdul take it over, but a challenge from Kedsy. Little wave dash, lands, and Newdul able to send it the length of the field. All it cost him was all 100% of his boost. Newdul face the initial air dribble, will take the shot. Little reset out in front. Newdul with an angle, and Kedsy patient on that, just able to trap it, bring it out to the opposite corner, and now has control the other way. A long flick that will find the sidewall. Kedsy gonna give this one up. Newdul, a touch shot that Kedsy able to turn to the corner. 50 seconds left. Newdul still needs a goal to tie. Must-win scenario for him, as this is a best-of-5. And Kedsy up 2-1. Fakes the musty and in as Kedsy playing mind games with him on the line. Kedsy very well might be the dagger here. But 41 seconds is an awful long time in ones. Newdul gets a face-off win. Kedsy gets the boost instead with the control. Up the sidewall, Newdul. A good tap over top. Kedsy forces this one to the far corner. 20 seconds left. Newdul doesn't pressure the ball. Kedsy will take the space. Newdul getting hammered out from underneath as Kedsypoo, a big gameplay knowledge play there. Cutting under him, forcing him off that ball and stealing that side boost as well, which was what he was going to try and use to get back to it. So Kedsypoo going to be able to take this series 3-1. And Kedsypoo, all credit to that big momentum shift as game 2 came to an end. Kedsypoo coming back and winning that one, down 4 goals. Really kind of solidified a lot of the play for him here tonight with 1,600 points in our last game. And thank you for the follow, Chubby Chakra. That's an awesome name. Yeah, the fake musty was a nice touch at the end of that game. But credit to Newdul. Played it as hard as he could. But Kedsypoo, just a little more than a match for him in the face-off circle tonight. As long as Newdul can kind of sew up those kickoffs in the future, definitely might see a rematch of that come playoff time.